All right, shalom, shalom. First things first, I want to give honor and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rachak, Wadash. We say, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rachak, Wadash. And we give double honors to our apostle elders, which are the apostle elders, a great millstone, which feeds us with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. 2023, the hopeful year that all the prophecies are fulfilled. Big things are taking place. Let's jump right into this article. I just want to bring this article out. I just seen it, and this was let out on the 27th, which is today. And things are getting hot, man, because you have Biden with the continual support of Ukraine, which we already knew that Russia had made that warning. And but the prophecies are close. We're waiting on two major prophecies, and once those prophecies take place, and we have to wait for the M, we have to wait to the M to the T O to the B, the C hip, and once that is implemented on a wide scale, this war is going to follow right along with it. It's going to have everything is going to fall right in line with the prophecies that Yahweh Shem Yahshua has warned us of. So I'm just going to get into this article, really read it real quick, and then we'll get some precepts and we'll close on out. It says Putin's ally warns of apocalypse with effects of global nuclear catastrophe lasting centuries until the rubble ceases to emit radiation if the West continues to send arms to Ukraine. Okay, we at the door of this thing. All these guys that were talking. That's another thing for these guys that are talking about the apostle elders. Who's been pushing this World War III? Who's been telling us of the breakdown of Revelation, breakdown of Daniel, breakdown of the beast? Okay, that didn't just come out of nowhere. The church didn't have it. The Christian modern day slave plantation slave Christianity didn't break it down. I didn't know who the beast was fully, and then what the beast was gonna do, but that's neither here nor there. Let's read it. It says, and all of Vladimir Putin has warned of an apocalypse, and the West continues to send arms to Ukraine to help the country in its fight against invading invading Russian forces. Russia's former president Dmitry Medvedev Salakia, said the effects of the potential global nuclear catastrophe would last decades until the rubble ceased to emit radiation in the radiation of his previous threats of nuclear war with Kiev's allies. And it says Medvedev apocalyptic rhetoric has been seen as an attempt to deter the NATO military alliance, but there's been the evil thought is in their mind, man. Okay, and Kiev's Western allies from getting even more involved in the year-old war that has dealt Moscow numerous setbacks on the battlefield. It says his latest comments follow Putin's nuclear warning last week and his Sunday remarks in which he framed Moscow's confrontation with the West as an existential battle for the survival of Russia and the Russian people. So they're all in. They're all in. If they lose this, they lose. They feel like they lose Russia, and they have to make a choice, man. So that thought is in their mind. Kiev and its allies say the invasion is imperialistic land grab, and that the only aggressor in the conflict is Russia, which repeatedly denied it was planning military action in the months of the weeks before February 24, 2022. It says Medvedev apocalyptic rhetoric has been seen as an attempt to deter NATO, U.S.-led NATO military alliance, and Kiev's Western allies from getting even more involved in the year-old war. Of course, the pumping in of weapons can continue to prevent any possible of reviving negotiations. Medvedev, who serves as deputy chairman of Putin's powerful Security Council, said in the remarks published in the daily Azvesta, our enemies are doing just that, not wanting to understand that their goals will certainly lead to a total fiasco, loss for everyone, a collapse, apocalypse, where you forget for centuries about your former life until the rubble ceases to emit radiation. Late in his rambling near 2-hour State of the Nation address last week, Putin announced Russia was spending its uh, participation in the New START program, suspending with the U.S., which limits the two sides' strategic nuclear arsenal. The New START treaty was signed in was that prayed what is that in 2010, came from force following the year was extended in 2021 for 5 more years, just after U.S. President Joe Biden took office. It caps the number of strategic nuclear warheads that the U.S. and Russia can deploy, and the development of land and submarine based missiles and bombers. Russia has the largest stockpile of nuclear weapons in the world, close to 6,000 warheads, according to experts. Together, Russia and the U.S. hold around 90% of the world's nuclear warheads. So this war is at the door. It's not even a question anymore. We're just waiting on the time that it pops off. See? We have this all set up, man. This is Ezekiel 37 or 38 and 10. Thus saith the Lord power, it is also come to pass that the same time shall things come into thy mind, and doubt shall think an evil thought. An evil thought. What is that evil thought? Nuclear holocaust. They're risking it all, man. Okay? They're risking it all. They're not then because they feel like if they lose this, they lose Russia. And the one thing about it, this is pride versus pride. This is Edomite pride versus Edomite pride, which is that's a dangerous cat and dog. Or what does it say? You know, ever heard of the game Chicken, where two cars race each other, see who will swerve first? They ain't gonna swerve. They gonna run into each other. This is KJV, and it says, "Thus saith the Lord power, on that day it shall come to pass that thoughts will arise in your mind, and you will make an evil plan." What is that bad plan? To destroy this place, man. That's what is happening. That's where we're at now. We're at the door of, and we cannot get into the kingdom unless these things take place. This is for the Lord judging the world and judging these nations and judging Esau, man. See that? Not seeing if there's any precepts on that. But the main point is here. We're at the door of this thing. Okay, things are getting closer. Things are moving in the right direction for the escape and the salvation of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. This is to show you, man, the time we at now are deadly serious, man. All right, and we have different signs to show that evil times are coming. Lord willing, be preserved out of it. All right, so Lord willing, it's an edifying lesson. I'm gonna leave it there. The links are right here if you want to go ahead and look at the article yourself. So with that, I want to say, call Elohim Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash. Say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash. Until the next time, as always, more now than ever, keep faith. Shalom.